It is hot. Okay. Like, excuse my vest. I'm so sorry. But, anyways, welcome to Chita Diaries. This is my Chita Chat series, the fourth one I'm doing. I do these once a month. So, if you're an old subscriber, you know what these are about. Like I've explained before. But if you're new, welcome to my channel. And I hope you're here to stay. Even though today's video will be quite, yeah. Anyways, like I've said before, you get used to my randomness. But anyways, today's topic is something that is extremely personal for me. Like it's so personal, and I know it might be cringeworthy, but to be honest, like these chitter chats, especially the first one I did about body shaming, and the one last month about colorism, it's been very therapeutic for me. Like I think I do these more for myself than for it's been very therapeutic. So I've enjoyed these videos, because I do edit them. Like, like I'll sit there and I'll watch myself, and 80% of the time, I'll just be cringing at the things that I'm saying. I'm just like, is this really who I am? And then, it makes me aware of what I need to do. So I've really enjoyed these chitter chats so far, for myself at least. So today's video, like I said, is very personal, and it's about college, university, and my experience as a student, as a person, and the ish that I've been through. And I don't even know where to begin. Let me recap. So I'm currently 25. So I think I can start with the present. I'm 25, and I have a full-time job. I live on my own, and I'm studying. So I am studying, accountancy. I'm doing a bachelor's degree in accountancy, and I'm a distance student. So, like okay, it's like doing school online. That's what I'm doing right now. And, like someone might ask, like, you're like you're 25, or like, why are you, still doing your first degree? Well, I'll now, like rewind to the past. So I finished high school. If you're British, you know what GCSE is. I did IGCSE, and I finished high school at 16. I could have stayed to do A levels or IB, which is like 2 extra years until you turn 18, and then join uni. But in my country, like it's not really necessary, and I wasn't going abroad for uni. Well, actually, I could have gone abroad and just done like a foundation year and then gone straight into my degree program. But I was like, I don't want to do A levels or IB as we called it at my school. I was just like, like I'm 16, like I'm done, like I want to live my life. I want to start, my adult life. And that's what I opted to do. I opted to just finish high school at 16 with that option and use, like my grades from high school to get into college or university. So that's what I did. Now, my plan. So my plan, like I think from the age of maybe 14 or 15, was to take up a career in banking. Like that was my dream. Like I wanted to be a banker, like that was my plan. And, I looked at universities and colleges, like, not just in my country, but, like SA, Namibia, like I looked around, as to where I wanted to go for uni, but I definitely wanted to study banking. So that was my plan. So I finished high school at 16, and then, some other complications came about, like I couldn't, like just get into uni the time that I wanted, like right after, that semester of finishing high school. So I took like a 6 month gap, and then my expectation, and I think I can do like a separate video on that, but basically I took a 6 month gap, and instead of going to uni, like whether it was like a university within my country, Zambia, or abroad, my parents sat me down and they were like, you know what, I think just try like a local college, and do something there, because we feel, like one of the reasons why you shouldn't just go out to college right now is that you're 16 and we're not comfortable with you, just moving out on your own. We don't think you're ready yet. So for now, just be near home and do a course at a local college, like within the city. So I was like, okay, fine, cool. And they're like, like maybe, when you eventually turn 18 or 19 or whatnot, you can then venture off. So just think of doing that. So I was like, okay, cool, fine, let me do that instead. So after a 6 month gap, I was still 16 by the time I was getting into college. I went to college, and I'll name the college. So if you're Zambian, it's a place called it was Zikas. So I went to Zikas, and my I actually like went there and applied to do banking. Like that was my plan. Like I'll do banking and everything. But someone there, like at the admin place, I don't know, like tricked me, and they're like, no, like you have nice grades. You have good grades. They're relatively good grades, and they weren't, but just like above average grades. But they're like, no, like your grades are good. Have you ever heard of SEMA? So SEMA is like it's a management accounting professional qualification. So it's not a degree, but it's like ideally it's a 3 year professional program or qualification that specializes in management accounting. So I was like, okay, accounting, being an accountant. I want to be a banker. But they're like, no, like, don't worry, like, it's the same thing. You can still work in a bank. Like, it's an excellent program. Trust me. It's like it's highly acclaimed. Definitely check it out. And I was like, okay, fine. Like I am chilling after all. Like, I'm not going to uni like I had thought I would. Like, I'm just, like it's cool. Let me just, sign up for this, whatever. 3 years from now, like, I'll be done. And you guys say it's a good course. Like, it's cool, fine. Like, I'll do it. Like, where do I sign? So that's how I started, this course. So if there's anyone watching this, like I know chances are very slim because most of my viewers are from the US and SEMA isn't really a thing there. But if there's anyone from the UK or just, like the Commonwealth, like Commonwealth countries that like you guys who have SEMA there, like if you've done SEMA, you know about SEMA, like let me know in the comments. But anyways, I thought it was just something basic, something simple, like you know, like it's fine, like I'll do it. So I was 16, and the first year, so it was ideally I was supposed to be done in 3 years. So first year was the certificate, the certificate year, and I entered it. First semester, I had two subjects. Okay, went through it, like I passed both, like it was done. Second semester, I had three subjects, passed all of them, done. I was like, like it's cool, you know. I'm just breezing through college, like it's fine, whatnot. It was hard, but I wasn't really putting in like as much effort, but I managed to pass. So like that was a blessing, thank goodness. So the first year, it was tough, but I got through it. And during that year, I turned 17. And the second year was a completely different story. So the second year, I got into it. First semester, we had three subjects. Okay. We had three subjects and it was different. So that first year was like a foundation year, and then the second year is when you actually get into the program. And it was hard, okay? It was hard. Now, nothing is easy, like whether you're doing, you know, it could be medicine or engineering or law or teaching or even arts, music, what like nothing is easy. Like let's not even debate. Nothing is easy. Okay, there's no course that's easy. Everything requires hard work. So even though I got through the first year with like not much effort, the real qualification was like it got real that year. It got so real, and I had three subjects. I had a nice little like a nice small group of friends. Would study together. And just hang out and stuff. So I took three subjects. As did some of my other friends, and that first semester was really, really, really hard. It was hard, okay? Like it was a shock. Like we do monthly tests, we did a mock exam, and in my first year, like that first year, like I'd actually get grades like like an 80% or 70%, and those are like I guess A's and B's for you guys. Like I was getting good grades, like whether it was monthly tests and stuff. That second year, like just from monthly tests, like ish was real, okay? And I am someone, like the type of student that I am, like I'll just admit it. Studying is not my thing. It's not my thing. And I know it's something that like obviously I should have worked on by now at my age. But studying just isn't my thing. If I'm in a classroom environment and someone explains something to me, like I'll understand it there and then. but I'm not someone who would get, I don't know, like a 500-page textbook and absorb it, like literally finish it and absorb it. And like, in fact, let me just be real, like let's be real, let's be real on this channel. I am a lazy student, okay? I'm a lazy student. So sitting, like through a class and stuff, it just wasn't going to cut it. Like I'll browse through material here and then, but I didn't exhaust, what I was supposed to read. So that first semester was hard. When it came to, because the course that I'm doing, so if you guys know about SEMA, it's not just about, like learning something here and there and winging it and you get it. You really have to read that textbook. You have to read that textbook, understand it, and then apply what you read in their exam, like in the exam or in the test. And that was an issue because I wasn't, I wasn't finishing my material. And like, what am I applying if I don't even know what to read in the first place? So that was my problem. So that first semester, 3 subjects, wrote exams, and then I failed one. So I failed one subject. And that was like new ones and one carryover. And a whole bunch of things, like there was just so much going on during, and that year I turned 18. I don't know what snapped in me. Like I really don't know what snapped, but I started changing, like emotionally and stuff. Like a lot was going on, and it just took a toll on my life in general. And just the course I was doing, like it's not something I particularly felt attached to. Like I wasn't enjoying the course. I wasn't enjoying the material. I didn't feel that there was something that was like I just wasn't feeling it. Like I wasn't feeling it. And that was like, I was like, okay, fine, like let me just write, like it. So I went into, like it can't be that bad. Like it really can't be that bad. Like I'll just get through this semester, write my exams, like whatever happens. And when I say whatever happens, like you just assume like you pass, or maybe like you get like a C or something, like you just cross over, like you think that will come automatically. And that's what I did. Like I was just like, like this semester has been like rough. My mind has been all over the place. Let me just do it and I'll pass. Like whatever. Like I'll just cross over. Like worst case scenario, I might fail one again. Worst case scenario. Whoo! I wrote those exams, and my like that was November, because for Sigma we write in November. January came and I got my results. Dude, I failed everything. Like I don't even know how to explain, but only people who've been in that situation would understand. Okay, so that's when things just started, like life got hella real for me at that moment. So, anyways, like growing up, I was always that kid that was naturally intelligent, somewhat, or at least my parents made me. But you know how parents just think their kids are the smartest, their kids are a genius. Like my parents thought I was a genius, and they would always make me do stuff like ahead of my time. Like like I'll do things with older kids even though I was younger. Like they always pushed me like beyond my limit because they believed I could do it, and I believed I could do it. Most people around me, like they're like, like you're doing too much, you're doing too much. But like they had that thing in me, like where they believed in me. So I believed that I was that person, even though it was beyond my capacity. Plus, like I'm lazy, to be honest, which is horrible. But I want to be as honest as possible and not blame issues when it was legit me. So that happened, right? And it was horrific. Like it was so horrific. Like I don't even know like how I felt in that exact moment. Because this is like 2017, and that was like January of 2011. So it's been like 6 years. I think I choose to blur that out, but I failed, dude, and so many things came into play. First and foremost, it was 100% my fault for being lazy and not like everyone has problems, okay? Like like especially my generation, like all of us have better like mental issues or psychological issues. We go through downtimes with our emotions. Everyone has issues, but it was extremely irresponsible of me to not get my ish together. Like, yes, like people go through hard times, but like you have priorities. You're supposed to have priorities. You're supposed to tough it out, and you know that okay, this is something that I need to do. But so that was the first thing, like I was lazy. The second thing that was horrific about this situation was the disappointment, that my parents were going to feel. Like I already, first of all, African parents, like you know how it is. I was just like, oh my goodness, the disappointment my parents will feel. Like that was horrific. Thirdly, the money my parents had spent on me. Like let me not even pretend like like it was just something where you're like okay, you know like just go like it's fine, like I don't know, like we have millions in our bank account and we just like throw you a stash, like like here you go. Like no, 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 like they worked very hard for that money. They could have spent it on other things, and I had blown it, like I had blown it in that moment, and I felt extremely guilty. But it was like it was too late. It was too late, and I was just horrified in that moment. And like it's like where like you go through like it's like you think this is bad, like this is bad, this is bad, and it's something that I'll have to deal with this semester, and telling my parents etc whatnot. Like I will do better next time, like I will do better next time. Like I just assume, like in this moment I feel like crap, but it's not the end, like it will get better. And of course, like with my family in general, like they're just in shock. It was embarrassing for me, and for them, like of course they were angry and extremely disappointed, and that was just really bad. So I thought like I could pull, like I could just pull up from there and move on, like move on and do better next time. But within days, like I was in so much shock. Like I don't even know how to explain it. It's like where like people call you smart, people call you, and the truth is like I had skipped a couple of grades, when I was younger. Like I was always that person, who was above average. Like I was above average. So this was new to me, but I was in so much shock that this had happened to me. And like I said, instead of looking at the big picture and just getting my ish together, I let it dwell on me. Like I let it soak in. I thought about it like all the time, and I basically refused to go back to class. Like in the moment, I was like, you know what, this is cool. Like I'll get back. Like I'll do what I need to do. I'll do better next time. But the shock, like it just like it was so deep. And I told my parents, I was like, I don't want to go back to class. I want to study on my own. And they were like, dude, you just failed all three. Like, how are you going to study on your own? But I was just like, no, no, like I'll work extra hard because I already have the material. Like all I need to do is just revise, and like it was some BS. But so I basically convinced them that I wanted to just tutor myself, and then maybe just show up for revision or stuff. But I refused to go back to class. Like I didn't want to face my lectures again. I didn't want to be in that environment. I was extremely embarrassed and just in shock, like in shock with the situation. I was just like this can't be happening. Like I was traumatized. Like this sounds extra, but that's the kind of person that I am. Like I'm really dramatic, and I was just traumatized. So that's how I stayed home, and I thought, I was going to do this. I was going to do this, and I was going to pass. So now, the next thing that I'll talk about was like my mental state. And for most of you people, like if I had never failed anything and I was watching this video, I'll just be like, this is some BS. You know what I mean? But I changed. I changed after that, and this course like just became the enemy to me. Like I just felt defeated. Like I wanted to drop out, but I couldn't drop out. Like what am I going to do? You know what I mean? Like I have no plan B. I have no talent. I have no talent. Like I can't just drop out of uni. Like okay, fine. Like let me try and think of something. I was like, let me find a job. But then again, I couldn't find like a job like in the formal sector. And I don't mean I don't mean it like like flipping burgers or but you know what I mean, like I wanted an actual career, but I did have a talent, so I had no choice but to just like stick with what I was doing already. And at least I had that first, like that first qualification from the first year. So I had a certificate in business accounting, so I could do something with that. But still, like it was really hard finding a job. So that first semester, I studied from home, or at least thought I'd actually get my ish together, but it was so tough. Like it was tough. I don't know how to explain it, but I felt defeated. Like yes, like I'm generally a lazy person. Like I won't discount that, but that just traumatized me. And each time I'll try to read, like I'll just think back to that moment of when I failed everything, and it just make me feel like crap. Like I'll look at my textbook and my material, and I would just crumble. I just felt so defeated and traumatized. So anyways, that semester I opted to do 4 subjects. So those 3 I had failed, plus that remainder because of my carryover. Like, what, like in the beginning I was like, like I can do this when I thought I could do it. So I registered for 4 and I paid for 4, because like, you have to pay for your exams early. Oh, it was a disaster. I didn't write 2 of those subjects when it came to the exams at the end of the semester. Like it was just a mess. I didn't write 2, and then I wrote the other 2, and I was just like this is some BS. Like this is some BS. And I only passed 1 out of those 2. And it was just like a mess. Like it was a mess. It was like now, like the middle of the, like how that first semester January, like it was the beginning of the end. Now like I just reached the middle of the end, and I hated my course. Like I hated my course. But again, like I had no plan B. And thankfully, like I thank God for my family and my friends. Sorry, friends. I thank God for my family, particularly my parents. Like they were extremely supportive. Like God bless my parents. Like sometimes when I think back about my whole university experience, like if there's any reason I can't make it into heaven, like if like Saint Peter is there at the gates of heaven saying like screw, like you can't get in, it would be like it would be because of university. Like that would be one of the reasons. But anyways, my parents, like like they didn't give up on me. They're like, you have to keep going. You don't have a plan B, like stick with this. So that second semester, like this hasn't worked out. Like out of 4 subjects, first of all, you didn't even write 2, which is really bad. And I felt like I felt really bad after that. And at this point, like my parents were still being supportive, but my siblings were like, this is some BS. And I understand, like if any of my other siblings did that, like I wouldn't get it and I'll be extremely angry with them. So I understood that. And to this day, like, oh, again, another reason why St. Peter won't let me in. But yes, that second semester of the second year, my parents are like, you need to go back, like just go back to class, like do it. And this is the thing, like I wasn't even paying for myself, they were paying for me, so that makes me a horrible person. So anyways, they were like, you have to go back to class, you have to go back to class. So second semester, you know sorry, yes, so second semester of the, sorry, this is the third year actually. So second semester of that third year, whew, I went back to class. And this time, like, I only did 2 subjects. Like I'll just do 2. And again, like, oh, it was so bad. Like, I would sit in class, I would do a, like, like homework and stuff like that, like coursework and things like that. But my mind just wasn't in the subject. Like, I wasn't feeling it. I really wasn't feeling that course. I just I'll just feel defeated. I got depressed. I didn't like where I was, like in life. Like I just felt overwhelmed, and each time I'll try to, I don't know, like do something, I'll just feel defeated. Like I'll just feel defeated. And for sure, like I did 2 subjects. End of that semester, I failed again. So come January of 2012, I was just like, I can't do uni, like I can't do university, like it's not for me right now, not even right now, like it's not for me, like I can't do this. I just feel like I'm getting tortured, like I'm defeated. I'm not applying myself in anything, like I can't do this. Please let me find a job. So with that first year, I had a certificate in business accounting. And then in the second year, I had a diploma in management accounting. So by the way, this course, like it's really intense. It's really intense. And the diploma I have is actually equivalent to a first degree. So like those papers I had written, it's equivalent to a first degree. Like the course is that hard, and it's that intense that the papers that I had at that time were actually like on the same par as someone who has a first degree. So I was just like, I want to find a job. Like, please, like, I beg of you. Like, I do not want to be in class. I don't want to study. Like, let me have work experience at the very least. Like, I can always come back and finish this course, because it does like for me to actually be a fully qualified management accountant, I do need work experience. So beginning of 2012, I was just like, you know what? I'm not going back to school. Like I am begging you. I am begging you. I can't do school. Like I know African parents, university is goals, like you need a child who's educated. But right now I'm struggling. I'm not in that headspace where I can manage this. Please, I'm begging you, let me work. Let me find a job. So they agreed, like, okay, fine. Take a 6 month break and find a job. And that's how I applied everywhere. Like not even for a paying job, just an internship. Like I applied everywhere and no one responded. So 6 months went by and I didn't do jack. So so now the second semester of 2012, they're like, go back to class. You finding work hasn't like it hasn't worked out. Go back to class or apply, like do something. So I was like, okay, fine, I'll go back to class. I'll just like quickly skim through this. I went back to class, did 3 subjects. I was still in the same headspace. Like nothing came out of that. When the results came out again, three subjects I flunked. Come into 2013, like at this point I was just a mess, like a mess. And I think I'd mentioned at some point the time in my life where I had, I went through some form of depression, and I lost a lot of weight, my hair was a mess. It was this time, because at this point, my neighbor's chickens. Sorry. But anyways, during this time, my lighting is like I really wanted to take advantage of the natural lighting, but I think we're still okay for now. I hope so. I'll just make this quick. But anyways, in that moment, so this is what was happening, on the outside, like on the surface. I was failing college, this and that. But to get to an extent where each time I would sit, like register for a subject, try and study for it, write an exam and fail, I was just defeated, okay? I was defeated and I was just depressed, and the anxiety was real, okay? And it was like a build up. So for myself, I hated, like at this point, I hated this course because it represented something, like it just turned me into this person. Like I was that, like I don't know, like that mascot in the family of, like that person that failed, I was now added to. But you know how like every family has like a collective group of people that are just like disappointments. Like I was now added to like those list of people, like when people are like, no, like no, like you should pray for this and that person. Like I was now being added to that list of like delinquents because of failing college. Or when it came to family meetings and interventions, I was a part of that list. Like I was permanently on that list now. And then the worst thing, like out of everything, and this actually affected me the most, and something that I failed to get over. Because like I said, like yes, some people are strong, some people know what they're doing, like they can bounce back. I am not like I am not strong, okay? I'm extremely dramatic. I'm a highly emotional person, and I couldn't bounce back. So anyways, the one thing that depressed me the most, like the most, was the disappointment that I had from my parents. But then you ask, like, okay, fine. If you felt like you're disappointing your parents, like why didn't you just like pull up your socks and actually study hard and pass? The thing is, okay, with my mom, yes, like she would snap at me like she was supposed to, and tell me to get serious with my life and everything. But the point is, she would still talk to me, like she would still talk to me. We're still on the same par. Like like she was still, like we basically had the same relationship we'd always had. You know what I mean? But with my dad, like it was very different. And growing up, like I think, like I mentioned this in my previous Chita chat. Like I've always been a bit tomboyish and everything. So I was, like I was close to my dad. He was almost like, okay, bestie is a stretch, because if you know him, he's a very like assertive person. So I can't really call him my bestie. But we were close, like I would tell him everything, like I'd ask him for his advice. He'd always be giving me lectures, but it's like we're like, like he'd give me life advice, like he'd give me pointers, like he would nag me and everything. But that changed, it got to a point where that belief he had in me, much better. Sorry about the lighting. But anyways, where was I? So yeah, what affected me the most out of all of this was my relationship with my dad. Like that was the most depressing thing. Cause like I said, my parents were my biggest cheerleaders. They thought I was a genius, and they made me believe that I was something special. Even though like I'm not like I'm not I'm not saying that because of low self esteem. Maybe not, but realistically speaking, like I'm not a genius, like I'm really not a genius. But my parents always had this thing where like they'll convince me like I was smart, I could do anything. And it's important, for my upbringing, and I'm actually very grateful for that. So my dad is a kind of person, because I have like a whole bunch of sisters. So he has daughters, right? Like he has daughters, and then my brothers are like, like the last two. So like for the most part, he had to raise girls. And the way he raised us, like I'm sure my sisters can agree. My dad has never been that person, who would insist on certain roles, like a woman can only do this, or like only a man can do this. Like he's the type of person where he'd be like, like you will grow up and you will be the CEO of a company. Oh, like the president of the president of this country. You will be the president. You will not marry the president. You will be the president. Okay, you will not grow up to marry a lawyer or a doctor or a rich man. You will be like, the successful person. Like that will be you. Okay, you will be that person. Like even like with grades, like you wouldn't be like, oh no, girls, this, girls, that. Like I know that there's a whole bunch of parents who are like this, but I just felt like, that I can, like just add that in, especially growing up, like Africans, like don't come and choke me in the comments, but I'm sure most of you, can kind of relate to the African setup. My dad has never been that person, okay? Like, like, like he will call you when he's, I don't know, like fixing the car or something. Like you must learn this, it's life skills. Like don't wait for a man to do it for you. Like he's that kind of person. He really taught us to believe in ourselves. Like don't use, it's your race, your age, your gender as an excuse not to excel in life. Like he was that person who has always pushed us. Like he's never like, no, oh you're a girl, like no, like you will excel. Like he's always been that person. And to just grow up with that kind of, like that for that hype, someone constantly hyping you up. And he really believed in me, what I mean? And I got comfortable, like I got used to that. I got used to being that person, who was hyped up by their parents and their family in general. And then I disappointed them big time, and then I kept doing it. And then the reason why I kept doing it is because I was anxious and depressed and I couldn't apply myself and just made things worse. And then I was now doing the thing that I wasn't supposed to do, like what I was trying to avoid, what was making me sad, I kept doing. And then like the sadness and the bad stuff just ended up growing within me. Like it was just growing within me. And even though I was dealing with my own issues, I now had to deal with, like my parents and particularly my dad. And that whole bestie ship, like after some time, like he got tired of my BS, which is understandable. You know what I mean? Like he got tired of my BS, and that hype gone. Like it just like it wasn't there anymore because he realized that I'm sorry, but anybody who would look at the situation, like how many times have you written subjects? How many times have you felt the same things? Like you clearly aren't even trying, and that upset him. As it should, like it's normal. Like it was normal for him to get upset, but the fact that that hype completely ceased. Like it just made things worse. And then each time I'd write, like I'll just be so depressed that I lost that respect and that hype from my dad, and it just depressed me. Like I'm laughing now, but in that moment, like I don't know how to explain how these things work. I know it sounds like total BS, but it had a huge toll. Like I was really dealing with how I hated this course because I'm a very sensitive person. But now, like like my biggest cheerleader, like the one person, okay, one of the two people who actually believed in me and hyped me up, like no one else in the world like gives a crap. But you know, like it's how like no one else really believes in you. Like everybody's like is busy with themselves, and even when they meet you, because I'm like a I have this youthful look and I'm short. People just expect me to be this basic person. You know what I mean? And people are always underestimating me. Like it just always happens. They just think I'm this like this ridiculous little person who can't do anything. And then like the few people who actually believed in me and hyped me up, like when they started showing, like when they joined the other people who'd been beating me down all along, like that was the worst feeling ever. And it just depressed me even more. And that's happened. So that was like, so like 2012, 2013. Oh, those, especially 2013. 2013 was a tough year. Like, like if I didn't believe there was a hell, like I'll be dead by now. Like I'm just being real. Like I'm being real. Like if I wasn't raised in a Christian home and we're like, like like I believe like heaven and hell exist, and I'd rather take my chances and hopefully down the like down the road, like I'll get my life together, and I'll make it to heaven. But I wasn't going to voluntarily tell my like that's like even though I was sad and miserable and whatnot, that is the one thing that kept me on earth. I was just like, no, no, let me like tough it out, even though I'm miserable right now. But 2013 was such a bad year. And yes, I will do another video about this, but you can't talk about these things in African homes, because no one really like, no one would get you. To be fair, even I, like if I wasn't in the situation, I wouldn't understand anybody else in my circumstances as being sad. Like dude, like you're the reason why you fail, so how can you blame anxiety or depression or whatnot? Like this is all your fault. Like it's something that you have to work on. But I don't know, like maybe there's someone out there who can relate or understand what I'm saying. You get to a point where you're just so numbed out, like you're just numb and you give up. Like you just feel defeated, and you're being forced to do something that you don't want to do, but you do it, but you do it because you don't have a choice. And back then, like, yeah, my parents were paying for me, I was under their care, like I was living with them, like I had no means to sustain myself. So it was just extremely rough. And 2013, was like it was a horrible year. Like I lost so much weight, and I remember like seeing my friends, and even just like my friends from high school, like they'd meet me and they'd be like, "Whoo!" Like, cause I had that, like I had the relatively chubby face, but I lost so much weight. Like it was just really really bad. Like I would eat one meal a day. And it was only when like my parents would be home, because then like I have to eat. Like I had no appetite. And then I got insomnia. Like I like this is something else that happened. Like I got really bad insomnia, and I wouldn't sleep. Like I'll just be laying in bed with my eyes open, and then I'd fall asleep like at 6 in the morning. Like it was really strange. Like I'll be up the entire night. I wouldn't sleep, and then I'd fall asleep at like maybe 5 or 6 a.m. And then I'll just like sleep in until like I don't know, like noon or like 2 p.m. In the afternoon. Like I was hardly eating. Like I just looked like a mess. Like it was just horrible. But I stayed home in 2013. Like I wasn't applying myself. I just looked like a bomb. Like I looked like a bomb the entire time. And like like of course my mom was concerned. She was like, you need to get your life together. And I was like, yeah, sure, like I'll do that. But I wasn't doing anything. And then I was just irritating my dad because he didn't understand why I wasn't getting myself out of this funk. Like he didn't get it. And it just really annoyed him. And at that time, like, because now, like, I'm older, like, I'm older. It's been 4 years since that 2013 mess. Like, I'm older now, and I can see things from a more, like, like, mature perspective. But in that moment, I just felt like in that immature and just, like, ungrateful, BS moment, I actually felt hurt. Like I felt hurt. Like wow, like like after all these years of being on my side, like I feel one and look, I said, oh, I feel one time, and then you just kick me to the curb, and then you keep. But you know how like in that moment, like you just feel hurt that you're not getting the attention anymore. Like I'm being honest, like I'm being honest here. Like you just feel hurt that you aren't getting that attention anymore. And like for sure, like he was just so upset and irritated and hurt that I was not doing any, like I wasn't even trying. Like I wasn't even trying. But he was like, apply, okay, fine, like apply for a job. So like the first 6 months of 2013, he was like, apply for a job. Apply for a job. Like, this is ridiculous. You can't be in this house sitting here doing nothing. Like, no child of mine is like no, like not under my, like you will get up and do something. And yes, like I took, like my resume or CV, like I took it everywhere. I took it everywhere, no callbacks. So second semester of 2013, he was like he just sat me down and he was like, this is nonsense. This is nonsense. Okay, fine, Sima hasn't worked out for you. It's been a tough course. Yes, like you failed it so many times. We get it. It's not for you right now. You can come back to it, but you're going to do something. Okay, Sima was a professional qualification, but you are going to get a degree. Okay, you are going to university. And he was like, Start applying, like start applying." And deep in my heart, like I did not want to do it. I didn't want anything to do with school. Like I knew, like yes, even though I was fighting to get back into a headspace where I could, do stuff like that. I was just like I knew, like I wasn't going to do it, and I was going to keep wasting my parents' money. Like I didn't want to do it, but he insisted. So like I kind of began like August, September. I began the process of sending out my CVs. I applied to like like my local university and some couple of universities abroad, like in South Africa and maybe like I began the process of actually intending to send like my applications, but I think I only managed to send to two. Like actually sent them out. I don't know if it ever received them, but but anyways, yeah. So I sent two out. And then when I was about to send, like the rest of them, I got a job. I finally got a job. I finally got a call back. And I was just like, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Like I have been saved. Like let me do something else with my life. So 2013, I started working. Like I finally got a job. And that's how like I've been in the formal sector since then. At first I worked in finance for like 8 months and then I changed the company and I've been in that company for like 3 years now. I don't work in finance, but I kind of still deal with like money issues, sort of. It's like a mix of customer services and data processing and stuff like that. So that's what I've been doing for the past 4 years. So anyways, 2013, I got that first job, like I kind of worked for an NGO in the finance sector. And then 8 months later, I switched to a new company. Now with that new company, I worked there for like I worked in Osaka for a while, and then I got transferred to like a different town, and that was the first time, like I had to live on my own. Like even in college, like I was a day scholar. I didn't want to be like in boarding. Like I'm that weird person who no like I didn't want to be a boarder in university. Like it wasn't my thing. I'm like, no, thank you. You know. I'd rather come from home. Like it's very strange, considering my home background was completely effed up and toxic for me. But yes, but I preferred coming from like my parents' home. Like I was more comfortable there than living on my own. Like I just didn't want to live on my own. But anyways, I was forced to now move out finally out of my parents' house in 2014 when I got that when I joined that new company and got transferred to a new town, which is like where I live right now. Like I've been here like for 3 years and everything. So, anyways, yeah, I like lived on my own, and you know how it is if finally you start working, you start earning an income, and school was just like the last thing on my mind, you know. But it got to a point where like just on my own, like of course my dad would still be you need to better yourself, which I have to do. Like I have to better myself. Like I can't work in the same grade forever. Like that's just mediocre. So on my own, I was like, okay, you know what? SEMA didn't work out. Like I have zero plans of going back to SEMA. Like no. Like I am scarred for life. scarred for life. I'm not going back to that anytime soon. But one day I might. One day I might. So, like my housemate, because I did have a housemate for about a year, and then she moved out, and then like I've been on my own since then. So she like went back to school. Yeah. So she did like accounting, but not SEMA, like a different course. So yeah, she went back to school, and I was like, okay, this is inspiring. This is inspiring. She seems to be, put together and everything. Maybe I can try this again. Like maybe I can do this again. So January of 2016, I decided I was going to go back to school. So I applied, for at a local university, but I did distance studying or online, whatever you want to call it. So like it was like so like distance or online type of degree. So I applied for that, and I just decided to stick to like like the course I had done before. Like I didn't want to start something completely fresh, like hell to the no, 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 no. I, at least with my prior qualifications from college, like I got exemptions from a whole bunch of subjects that helped out. Like they knocked off like I think like a year and a half out of a 4-year degree. So yeah, beginning of 2016, I began my degree program, and that first semester I had 2 subjects, and I passed one out of 2. I'm like, okay, this is the first time I've passed something in a long time. Of course, it was disappointing, but I'm just like not a shocker. Second semester was really bad. I had 4 subjects. Oh, like I was so stressed. Like I was stressed. And out of those 4 subjects, I passed 2. Like I passed 2 out of 4. Again, for others it's like, oh, like really nega, like really. But for me, like at least I am making. So that was December of 2016. At least I'm not like crashing out on everything. Like to me, it's slight progress. And the last semester, like the most recent one, which ended in June, I wrote 3 subjects and I passed 2 out of 3. This last semester, like I have no idea what went on, but it's the worst, like the worst I have ever felt. Because I know my video is getting too long, but yeah, don't worry. Like I'm wrapping up now. But last semester was the worst I have ever felt. And like going in, I was like, first of all, December was bad. Like from the get go, I was just like, you guys, I'm stressed, like anxiety, like all those old problems, like all those old issues, they are just hitting me so hard right now. But I don't know, like, but by some miracle, actually, I even passed for like 2 out of 4. I don't know, but because like now, like I'm paying for myself, obviously. Like, whew, like thank God I'm paying for myself, and there's no pressure on someone else's, like money, like my parents. Thank goodness I'm paying for myself now. But yeah, December was bad, like, but from the get go, like I knew it was going to be bad. Whereas for May, like like I walked into that semester hopeful, and like I was like, no, like this one won't be bad. Like I know what I'm doing. Like I know what I'm doing. Ooh. Last semester was the worst, and like in the beginning, like yes, like the whole anxiety thing, and I like I don't know how to overcome this anxiety, and just like I just go into this space where like I'll try and study, like literally, like I open a book, and I don't know, like I'll just get so like scared, and all those memories of failure and how I'm such a disappointment. Like first of all, like people like even get awkward around me now. Like people can't even crack jokes about people that fail because they know I'm a failure. Like it's just awkward, Like when my other siblings or whatnot are talking about university, like I have to put food in my mouth so that no one asks me a question, because then I can be like, like I can't respond to what you're saying. I can't contribute to this conversation. Like it's so awkward, like all those things come back to me as to how like I'm such a failure. I'm such a disappointment from someone being, who was above average. Like I was that smart kid, like I and like for real, like that's like another story time of how like my parents would like they really thought I was a genius, guys. Like they yeah, but anyway, like that's another story. So from going to that person to just being like tossed off of a pedestal to being the family disappointment when it comes to school, like Oh, that like it's so deep. Like to this day, like I would never live off this phase of my life. Like it is tattooed, like it's stamped. I don't know, like it's burnt on my head like failure when it comes to college. Like this will always be with me like for like the rest of my life. Like I'll always be that person in the family. So yeah, like like that anxiety was just really bad, and I don't know how to deal with it, guys. Like I really don't know how to deal with it. Anyways, it was really really bad this last semester that I went through. I feel like it was like it was going well. It was going well. Like I was doing what I could, and then during the exam period, like just during exam period, oh, like I cracked. Like I was doing so well. I was doing so well. Like I was studying, and I was staying with one of my friends during like the exam period and stuff. But then like I don't like anyway, something happened, and I couldn't be with her anymore, and I had to like chill with my parents during like the remainder of the exam period. I have no idea like what happened to me being like I don't know, like just being like around that space with my parents. It just brought everything back, because then it's like you're asking like, oh, how are you, like, and even them just asking, oh, how are your studies going, like I don't know. Like I'll just catch feelings. But anyways, towards the very end, like I cracked. Like I'd been doing so well, but I just cracked, and everything came back. Like those voices of, oh my gosh, you're a failure. You've been failing for so long. You need to quit. Like I was telling my friends, like I'm done. Like I'm done with school. Like school is literally going to kill me. Like it depresses me so much how much I struggle to study. And this is the thing, like I'm really like people that will meet me in class, like, oh my gosh, like like you're a smart girl and everything. But it comes to exams, like I fail because the whole studying thing, like I can't apply stuff, like yes, like I initially admitted like it's laziness, but now like it's just gone beyond laziness. Like I don't know what this is. Like in my language, like people didn't be like "Wale mulaba ubukopo" or something. You know what I mean? Like I've been bewitched with just being daft. Like I swear, like it's so intense. But last semester I was like, I'm done. I was like, this is the end. After I read like right now, I know I'm in like third year, second semester, but I'm sick and tired of going through this BS. Like I hate it. Like I hate it so much. I hate school. I hate the fact that I have to struggle. I hate the fact that I have to prove myself, to people. Like I'm not even doing this for myself anymore. Like I was telling my like two of my very close friends, like I'm not even doing this for myself anymore. I hate school. I want this to be over. Like I'm done. Like I want this to be over. Like please, somebody get me out. Like I was like first of all, I'm paying for myself. I live on my own. Like I'm not answering to anybody. The only reason why I'm doing this is so I can finally, I don't know, like get my dad's approval, like once and for all. And my mom, even though like I don't know, like, she seems like she seems flexible. Like of course it's important to her, but not as important as it is to my dad. Like that's the only reason why I'm doing this, and that's a bad reason. So I was telling my friends like I don't want to do this anymore. Like after this, like I'm done. Like I'm sick and tired of stressing myself out. Cause I was like legit depressed, like where like I'd cry at night. Like I was just horrified. Like I hated school. I hated the struggle. I hated the embarrassment. I hated the fact that I'm this failure. Like right now I can laugh because like like I'm being goofy, but when you're alone, like it's different. Like it's so sad, and I hated it. Like I hated it so much. And one of my friends, she was like, because like she knows me. Like we've been friends for how long? Like going on 8 9 years now. And I met her like I actually met her because of SEMA and college and Zikas. Like that's where we met, and we've been friends all along. And she was just like, I get that you're upset, I get that you're stressed out, but look at it from a different angle. Yes, you're struggling now, you're saying you're only doing this, like to prove a point to someone else, you're not doing it for yourself. But think about your future. Life is tough. Like, yes, you want to be an entrepreneur and whatnot, so just have your own business. But you need a basis for that. Like you need something, and you need you need money, like you need capital, you need like a startup plan. And your best bet is to at least have like yes, you're working right now, but you could do better if you got like an actual degree or even a master's. You know what I mean? Like if you upgraded your qualifications, you can get a better job and earn a bigger income. Plus you like working, like it doesn't matter where you're working, but you're getting, that industry experience for when you eventually have something of your own. Like, think of that as, being valuable. And and she does have a point, and I'm glad that she told me that. But in that moment, I now, like when I think back, I'm now listening to what she was saying. But in that moment, I was just like, I'm done. Like, I wrote those exams, I was just like, I'm done. Like, I wrote those three papers, I was just like, I am done. Like, I don't care whether I fail or pass, I'm not coming back to school. Like, I hate school. But now, like, I realized that what she was saying is very important. And okay, this video is so long. But anyways, let me just like brush off on the last point. If you're watching this, if you're in university or college, or if you've dropped off or like whatever, if you're someone like maybe your parents aren't as supportive as mine, maybe like it's been far worse where you're insulted, they stop paying for you, or you're just like I don't know, like this huge disgrace that no one wants to deal with. If like, yeah, like maybe like you even hate, like maybe like it's gotten to a point where you hate the relationship with your parents now. I won't say you hate them, because you can't really hate them, like you're just mad at them. Like, if you're that hurt, look at it from this perspective. And this is something that I've come to appreciate, and that's how, like, I eventually got over that hurt. Because in the beginning, like I said, I was so immature, I was so childish, like I was just, like I was this self-centered brat who just thought, oh, like everybody is hurting me, they're hurting my feelings. But I thought about it from my parents' perspective. No parent wants to see their child, be a failure. Like, they won't be around forever. Like, who's going, like they can take care of me forever, you know what I mean, right? Thank goodness, like I'm self-sufficient now. But over time, like, they want you to be the best person that you can. Like, yes, I know African parents are a little bit too intense, like they overdo it, with the encouragement. But you have to see it from their perspective. They want you to succeed. Yes, okay, fine. Some parents like take it too far, like they'll insist to be a doctor when you have zero interest in medicine. You know what I mean? Thankfully for my parents, if I decided I wanted to do something completely random and unconventional, they'll probably support me, but they'll be like, be the best in that, in like they'll still want me to be the best, person in that industry. Like, they're very supportive. But but anyways, yeah, basically, when our African parents push us to do it, and I know, like I know people have done videos, and they're saying this is a problem because people like, like are suicidal. Like, I get that. Like, they feel like they're under so much pressure to be excellent, to have A stars. Like African parents are intense. I get that, but they're coming from a place where this world isn't easy. Like, we might think, that they're being hard on us, but it's the truth. And when we go out there, like, we know this, like we know, like for you guys who are still in university, oh, trust me, whew, life is hard. Okay, it is hard. Okay, I won't even sugarcoat it. So your parents nagging you has nothing on what real life is. Okay, life is hard. Finding it, like, yes, some people can find the job and take care of themselves, but life is hard. Okay, and our parents, like, they know. Okay, fine, like, especially for someone like me who doesn't really have talent. Like, my best bet is academics. They're pushing, like, they'll push me hard to do well in school, because they know that, this is my best bet at getting ahead in life, and actually being like being able to take care of myself. So that's the most important thing. Like, they want us to be able to take care of ourselves. Like, if they're not there or whatnot, like, they want that for us. And then secondly, when it comes to, like, like, getting an academic qualification, because that was my issue as well. I was like, like, I hate school. Like, I can succeed. Okay, I can do something on my own. Like, I could be a chef, I could be a designer, I could be a musician. Like, why do African parents just stress on academics? Like, people can excel in other things. I can do other things. But you know what I mean, huh? Which is true, and that's like a valid point. Sorry, like I'm ranting now because I'm panicking. Like, this video is too long, but that's something else. I hope African parents, okay, some African parents can realize that you can excel in other things and even do like far much better than you would have if you had gone the academic route. Like, that's possible. But let's be honest, like, for the most of us, like, for most of us, it's not that easy. Okay, it's not that easy, and we aren't that talented, even though we think we are. Like, at least, get that basic qualification. Like for me, like why am I even making like an hour-long video over a first degree? Like, this is something millions of kids do every day, and they manage it. You know what I mean? So for them, it's like, this is something basic. Like, get your ish together. So like they're there as your parents telling you at least get just a basic degree. And not because we want to hang your picture in our living room and tell all our friends or all our church members that our child has a degree. And it's what we think, you know. Okay, yes, 20% of the reason is for them to show off. Like that's true. Like our parents want to show off to their friends and their church members and their workmates, whatever. But 80% of the reason is because they want you to add value to society. And that's something I had to realize, much later on in life. Like, it's not, yes, they do want to show off, but 80% of the reason is because they want you to add value to your society, okay? Getting a degree, yes, trust me, like being educated, like you actually, you're gaining knowledge, and you're gaining skills. Like, yes, okay, fine, it may not even be academic or something, but you are gaining skills and you are adding value to your community, and that's very important. And I hope like someone can pick up on that. It's not just about them wanting to show off. They want you to be in a place where you have knowledge. You're adding value to your surroundings, and you're not being that person who's on welfare and dragging everybody down and always asking, like you are that person who's dragging the collective down. They want you to be someone who's adding value to your community. So sorry. I'm really panicking at the time, but yes, that's what like I believe that's what our, like, mostly what our parents want from us. Like it's not just about showing off. Okay, no, I've said that like 5 times. But yes, sorry for rambling towards the end. This has been an extremely long chitter chat, but I hope you enjoyed it, especially if you can relate to my situation. I know we're in the minority, at least I think we're in the minority. I know most of you didn't even come this far because just like, "Psh, this is nonsense." As soon as you heard about how many times, like I failed college, like I understand that. I totally understand that. And for some of you, I don't know, like just tapped out because it wasn't that interesting. But if you've made it to the end, if you're one of my subscribers, thank you guys for sticking around. Oh my goodness, sorry. Thank you guys for sticking around. I really appreciate the fact, that you watch my videos. Even though like right now I'm really enjoying these chitter chats because like I said, sorry, they are very therapeutic for me. And it's my hope, that 5 years from now I can look back at this video and just cringe and be like, oh my, like, oh, I hope I can be in a place where either I've finished. Ugh, like, please, Jesus, like 5 years is a long time. I should at least have a first degree. I beg of you. Yes, so hopefully I should have like a first degree, or I should be in a place where I'm adding value to my community. Like I'm not just taking or just being basic. I hope 5 years from now I can look back at this video, like, yes, it's been extremely personal, like too much information, I understand that. And some of you like you're sharing too much, but I think it might benefit somebody else. Maybe there's someone there who doesn't believe that there's a difference. Like, okay, so not a difference, but doesn't believe there's heaven or hell, and they're that close to taking their lives. Like, I understand. Okay, I understand. And if you're watching this, I know, like, by the way, I am not sugarcoating anything. I'm not telling you that everything will be fine, because life is hard. But I hope, like, if you're someone who's gotten to that point where you get so depressed and you're just sick of school and you don't know what to do with yourself because you don't have a plan B, you know, just think of it from all these perspectives. If it's parents pressuring you, they do love you. Like, trust me, they love you. Yes, African parents, if you're African, oh, I don't know, like maybe you could be of any race. If your parents are pressuring you, yes, they do love you. Two, they want you to add value to your community. Three, they want you to be able to take care of yourself, not just nagging you and being annoying. And four, they are preparing you for the real world. Like, if you're, I don't know, like 18, 19, and you think life is hard, like, that's nothing, okay? Life is legit hard. And if you can't survive college, like, my friend, it only gets worse. So, like, let's stay strong. Let's stay strong. I've been through like a lot, emotionally. I know it's nothing to other people. They don't understand, they can't relate, because I'm always laughing and smiling. Like I'm always this bubbly person, but deep down, when I'm by myself, like, it's a lot. Like, it's a lot, but I get through it bit by bit. And like, literally, wait, this is what we're in September right now. Literally 3 months ago, I was so like school, like I had given up on school, but here I am making this video. You know what I mean? I think it's tremendous progress, and I really love, like I said before, I love these videos. I really feel like they're therapeutic. You know, I okay, this video is way too long. I have no idea who's going to watch this, but if you watch it to the end, thank you. Like I wish I could give you a like, like for watching this. But like I really appreciate the fact that you've gotten this far and watched my video. Sorry for rambling, but yes, like I really hope, like if you're someone who's in my situation, like just take it day by day. Take it day by day. I know the feeling is horrible, but at the end, if if you if you want something for something, like if you see any light at the end of the tunnel, like just keep going, just keep going. Like we'll figure stuff out. I'm 25 and I'm still figuring stuff out. Like I have a long way to go to figure stuff out, but at least now I'm at a point where I'm hopeful. Like 3 months ago, I had given up on school, but I'm in a space now where I can see things better. And yes, it's always two steps forward, one step back with just emotions, just life and circumstances. But I have hope. I have hope. And hopefully, there can be a day that will come, when I can get back to you and like do like a, I don't know, like a follow-up video. Even though like I'll be honest, I still hate school, and I swear I don't think I'm going to go for my, like, if indeed I finish this degree, I don't think I'm going for my graduation. Like it's that deep. I don't see myself walking up on that podium wearing a gown and a cap and smiling, like who, like I have been through so much emotional trauma and pain that, anyways. Point is, school graduation is something that I completely detest. Like yes, I mean in this moment, I see I'm making progress, but one thing hasn't changed. I still hate school, but I appreciate why I have to do it now. Like I understand why I have to keep pushing until I finish. Like I will keep soldiering on until I finish this degree. Maybe I'll go back to SEMA. Maybe I'll have a master's degree. Who knows? But I'll keep soldiering on. This video has been random, as always. Thank you so much if you've gotten this far. Like, thank you so much. I hope you're subscribed. If you aren't subscribed, hey, join me, give me a chance. You like I will grow on you and we'll have fun. Okay, but anyways, that's it for this month's Chita Chat. Thank you so much for watching. Oh, like it's been a lot. But anyways, I'm done. Thank you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.